Hey guys, it's Suzanne Mosley. You can find me on Instagram at Suzanne_shares. You can find me on YouTube and Facebook at Suzanne Shares Books. So I am entering my 12th, I think, or 13th year of homeschooling in the fall of 2022, the next school year. And one thing that I am super passionate about as a homeschool mom is encouraging moms on their homeschool journey with younger kiddos. When my kiddos were young, I felt like I was flying blind a lot of times. And so as a mom to a senior, sophomore, and 7th grader, let me just encourage you today with, it's okay. You're going to make it. You're going to make it. You're doing a great job. If no one else tells you that, you're doing a great job. And it goes by very quickly. In the blink of an eye, I have a senior, and you're doing great. You're doing great. One thing that I wanted to share with you today, though, is I had, when my oldest started kindergarten, he was 5. I had a 3-year-old, and then I had a 6-month-old. And that's how we did kindergarten. So even 1st grade, the next year, I had a 4-year-old who was not yet in kindergarten, and I had an 18-month-old. So many of you probably have littles, and you think, man, it is so hard with these littles running around. And I will say it is challenging. But I also, as a mom of older kids now, savor every minute because it does go by fast. And I look back on those years, and they truly were precious times. But what I want to do in this video today, I work with Usborne and Kane Miller, and I want to share with you some of the books that we used when my younger two were not yet homeschool age, as I was working with my oldest, or as my oldest two, I was doing school with them, things I did with my youngest to keep him, underfoot and okay. So I will say it can be done. My inspiration was a friend who has triplets that are a year older than my oldest. And she told me when they were young, she blanket trained all 3 of them to where she worked up, where they would sit on 3 different blankets for 45 minutes without getting off. And so I thought, you know what? It's kind of that mentality of training our children to play independently, to work through activities independently. And that influenced how I made it through those years when I had 2 little kids and only 1 that I was homeschooling, or 2 and I was homeschooling and 1. So just know, make the goal to be with your littles to increase their stamina, and for them to have some time every day where they are independently playing in a safe way, or independently working on some activities that you have for them that they won't choke on, but that will keep them entertained and keep their hands busy and keep them learning. Because all of ours, regardless of whether or not they were in school, participate in our read aloud time. So that's an easy one. But I also wanted to, and they would just, put Legos together or something. But I also wanted to show you some of the resources that we have that are available to you through my website, SuzanneSharesBooks.com, that you can use. It can be done. Now, they will not be able to sit independently for 45 minutes to an hour and do these things. Make it your goal to work towards doing a little bit more every week. That's always my encouragement to young mamas. I teach a 4-year-old Sunday school class, have for over a decade, and that's my favorite age. And so I'm around a lot of younger moms, and I just encourage them, like, if you want them to play independently, get a timer. Start with a minute. Like, hey, you're going to play right there away from mommy until this timer goes off. And then as their stamina builds up, add more time. And you can do it. They can do it. And it is so good for them to learn how to play independently from you and to learn how to do things on their own. All right. So that's my little encouragement speech to those of you with littles. So here are some resources, though, that I would encourage you that are available through Usborne Books and More. So here's some things they can do with their hands. This is our Water Wonder series. It is awesome. It's a reusable painting book. So everywhere that you see white, you can let them use an ice cube. You can let them use a paintbrush, a Q-tip, their finger. They're able to paint the white and the colors change. Yay, there's the orca whale. There's the narwhal. So you'll notice how that happens. And then don't overly wet it like I just did, because it is a board book. So minimal water. But to let them dry, you separate the pages and let it set up. So that's a great one that they can go to town on while you're working on math with your oldest. And there are actually 4 in that series. And then now those are reusable. We also have our magic painting series. These you just use water. It comes with a paintbrush. Make sure to put the flap behind wherever you're painting because the water will bleed through. But these are another great one, maybe for a little bit older, but they are consumable. But they're still awesome. And we have probably 20 different ones in that title. We probably all have Play-Doh at our house, right? This is a brand new board book, and it has different things on each page. Anywhere you see something white, your kiddo is instructed to make that shape out of their Play-Doh and put it on the page. So sometimes, special days we did Play-Doh. I think it would have been helpful to have a book like this to give them a little more direction and keep the Play-Doh confined instead of a free-for-all. Okay, also drawing. Get out some paper, just printer paper and pencils or crayons. They can use this step-by-step drawing book literally to draw all the things. This is a favorite. We also have this Never Get Bored cut, fold, and stick. Oh my goodness, I just had craft supplies everywhere. We had tape, we had glue, and this was something I would kind of loosely supervise. My youngest 2 would be in the same room with me, just kind of in a different section, and I would put what they were supposed to do in a little row, and I would show them, do this first, then when you complete that, move to the next one. Maybe I put 5 things out that day, or maybe I put 2. But this is something you could even have an older sibling that you're 3 with. You could have them pick, hey, why don't you pick out a couple of things for you and little Tommy to do this week? And so when they're done, this is something they could even do with a younger sibling that would not require you. Okay, another fun little thing with hands is our learning palette. I absolutely love this. Man, my youngest son, especially as he got older, he did this a lot. There's alphabet cards, there are math cards, there's rhyming words. There are so many options with these, and I really like it because it can be done independently, and then it's self-checking. They can check their work. So they have to match, you see the colors. If it has a break, it should be red with a hole. Oop, got that one wrong. That's purple with a hole. We got that one right. So they're able to do it. I would read the instructions and show them what to do, what they're supposed to be doing on that page. And then Joseph would match the discs, and then he would check it. And I would tell him, if you got any wrong, you need to go back and fix it. So learning palette for the win. It's awesome. You can get a starter kit, which includes 1 set of cards and the actual palette. For $19.99. There's a kindergarten first and second starter kit, and then these discs are $9.99 per packet. But I even there's some bigger sets. I think they're $74.99. I think. Check my website, SuzanneSharesBooks.com. But I got the complete math set for first grade. I got the reading set for kindergarten with multiple ones, so because it was cheaper to do it that way. Okay. Some other things they can do with their hands. We have our book and puzzle sets. These are little 2-piece puzzles. My 2-year-old nephew, we gave these to him. He loves them. There's 8 2-piece puzzles inside here, and it comes with a book. So we read the little book. I did it with him over Christmas. But also, if you're working with big kids, you don't have to read them the book. Just put the puzzles out and have them match the 2 pieces. And there are 8 in each one. We also have, you know, for older kiddos, we also have, sorry, my computer did something weird. We also have 9-piece puzzles. These, all our book and puzzle sets come with a book. But this is cool. These are 9-piece puzzles, and there are 3 of them. And you tell them apart because they have 3 different colors on the back. But again, you could space out all 3 of those. Okay, put the little puzzle pieces together. Do this one together, then do this one, then do this one. Other little fun things for hands, All Better, our top seller. These are reusable stickers. This is another one in the series. There are about 6 in the series. So they're reusable. If they lose their stickiness, you put them under cold water, it reactivates it. Clean it, kiss it, put a bandage on it, All Better. So they can just play with those. Again, keeping their hands busy. This is another one that's so cool. Little laundry sort and play. Felt pieces of clothing. Do I have any out? No, they're in here. So everywhere they're doing the laundry, and they're learning how to do fun things with it. They put it in their little bureau. They put it in their bureau. Maybe they need to put it in this cabinet, or maybe they need to hang it up on the hook. So that's a fun felt activity book. And then I used this, our pre-K year, for handwriting curriculum. There's a capital letter one, there's a lowercase letter one. I think they look a little different now. These are old, but that's what we use for handwriting. And my youngest has the best handwriting. We even have these wipe clean activity books. This is a unicorn one, but there's a space one, construction sites one, pirate, garden. These are awesome. They're wipe clean. They can do them over and over, and it's great for fine motor skills. They're doing the dot to dot, or the mazes, or the matching, or the drawing. But again, a good independent activity. I love our finger trails. These are books you can just set out and just tell them, hey, you're gonna focus on your letters today, and I want you to trace all of your big letters. And so every letter on every page there's a dent within the page, so they literally can trace it. That's why it's called finger trails. And then there are little finger trails for them to trace there as well. So there's big letters, lowercase, and then there's a numbers one too. And then this one is super fun. We have pull back and wind up. For younger ones, I would encourage the pull back, because literally all they have to do is pull back. I think this one is for 3 and up. But even a 2-year-old could do it. Just, I think they have to put 3 because of choking hazard. So, just beware. The wind up, literally, see, I'm just pulling back. The wind up one, the only difference, it has a little vehicle, but you literally have to wind it up, okay? And there are tracks on every page. And this one is just, seriously, so mesmerizing and captivating for kiddos. They love this. There's a helicopter one, a train, tractor, and a bug. Again, just put this out as one of their activities for the day, and just let them go for it. And also, just have them look at books. Get some of the Big Book of series, or this 1,000 Things series, and just open it and have them have some, hey, I'm going to set a timer, and I want you to look at the animals. I think in this day and age where kids are in front of screens so much and attention spans are decimated, this is a way to strengthen their attention span. Just let them look at the book and count the animals, and can you find purple ones? Just have them look and be engaged with a book. And also the Big Book of series, very engaging. I'll often see kids just lay on the floor on their bellies with this book, is what my boys did, because you can fold it out and they would just stare. They would just stare at the pictures and all that is on here. Okay, and there are animal ones. There's stars and planets. There's big bugs. That one's so cool. It's got spiders and creepy crawlies and all the things. And then another thing to do is just listening. We have so many listening books, and this one, I love it. There's calming and quiet time, but it's very calming. Classical music, fun way to introduce classical music, but they can just listen, and just listening to that music calms them down. We even have, these are my favorites. I always recommend these for littles and homeschooling families, the Listen and Read series. There's Gingerbread Man, Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, and ooh, there's one more and I forgot. I forgot what that one was. It's on the website, Suzanne Shares Books. But you can push the disc, and it's reading the story to your child. So if there's some time during the day where you wish you were reading aloud, but you can't, like, they can listen to these on their own, and it's great for fine motor because they're pushing the buttons. And also, we have so many QR books now. I highly recommend always and forever for homeschooling families My First Phonics Reading Library box set, because it's $70. It has 20 of our phonics readers. They're normally $7 a piece, so that'd be $140 if you bought them separately. But when you get them in the set, it's $70, so they're half price. But they also have a QR, so scan with your phone. Get your phone, on a high shelf where they can't touch it, but let them listen to the book. It reads the story to the book. All the ones in that box that do. Some of the ones individually do, but not all of them. They're in the process of rebranding them. So if you don't want to get the box set, but you should, just make sure they do. It says it's QR coded. These are the Usborne storybooks. These are my new favorites. Sarah McKenzie with Read Aloud Revival highly recommends these on all her podcasts and website and blog. They also have QR codes, and there's 3 in the series: Beginning, Developing, Confident. These are abridged versions of classic stories that you want your kiddos to know. And again, you may look at this one like, whoa, that's a lot of words. My kid can't read that yet. Well, that's okay, because he or she can listen to it. And again, that gives you some mom moment time if they have outgrown their nap. It also gives you some time some time independently from you during the day while you're working with Big Brother or Big Sister, and they can listen. And then the cool thing is they'll want to do little puzzles with you when it is time to work with them. There's some fun little puzzle games at the end, and then some open-ended questions for a literary discussion guide that you can use as well. So those are all some resources that I would encourage you with to try any and all of them. They're on my website, SuzanneSharesBooks.com, but that is how I was able to keep my younger 2, and then when it was just my youngest, engaged, learning, being involved with books rather than all the time electronics, while I was working with my oldest or my older 2. So I hope that's helpful. Reach out if I can help in any way. Instagram is Suzanne_shares, and Facebook and YouTube are SuzanneSharesBooks.com. Thanks, friends. And my website, SuzanneSharesBooks.